What's going on, guys? What I have for you here today is the Order of the Phoenix Lego Hogwarts Castle. Now, like I said, this one was based off of Order of the Phoenix, and the kicker here is that this set is not an official Lego set. This is a bootleg Lego set that I got from AliExpress. I paid about $50 for this set. This set initially went for $90, and now it's going for around $400 to $500 new. So, without further ado, what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the minifigures, we're going to go through the set, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the bootlegs and how everything works and some overall opinions on it. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, so what we got here is we got all the students that came with the set. You get Draco Malfoy, Hermione Granger, Harry Potter, and Ron Weasley. Draco Malfoy starting off. I actually really like this figure, and the bootleg figure actually does it justice. I just believe the face print, the lines are a little bit too thick on. I have this particular face sitting in my collection, so fixing that is not an issue. No back printing or anything, but you do get this really nice Slytherin torso with a metallic silver right there and the dark green. Like I said, the lines are just a little too thick on some of this, but overall, I think this is a pretty solid figure. This is before they kind of redesigned the Hogwarts torsos and everything, so there's no crest or anything on there, and the legs are dark gray. The Hermione Granger figure, on the other hand, does not look good. That being said, the Hermione Granger minifigure in the set did not look good. They used these really questionable face prints that they used from the Goblet of Fire in this Order of the Phoenix set, so that's why she's asleep on the other side, because in the second task set, I believe that's where they go underwater, Harry had to rescue Ron and Hermione from being asleep with the mermaids underwater. The lips are way too pink on this, and just the spacing's a little bit off. And honestly, I think the figure, the official Lego version, looks like a bootleg as well. So that being said, the bootleg version is really going to look like a bootleg. But overall, it's not a great figure. And then all the figures got these really questionable face prints for Goblet of Fire. Harry is no exception. I believe his face is shifted down a little bit more than it should be. Same issue with this hair as I talked about in the previous Hogwarts Castle review, is that it sits a little too low on his head and can make it look a little strange. No alternate face print on this, and then just typical Gryffindor Hogwarts get up right there. Ron Weasley is not good. You get your typical Ron Weasley hair right here, in kind of like a dark, it's not the orange, but it's kind of like a dark orangish, reddish, mahogany, I guess you could say, caramel. But I don't know what the hell these designers were thinking when they did this for Ron's face print, because that looks nothing like him, let alone his asleep face. Like, this is probably one of the ugliest Lego faces ever produced. That being said, the bootleg might be the ugliest bootleg ever produced, but we'll save that for a different video. So that's kind of the overview on the students. Let's take a look at the professors. Like I've said before, it is a total grab bag whether the figures are going to be accurate or not accurate in these bootleg sets, and in this case, they're more inaccurate than accurate. So taking a look at Professor Umbridge, she's actually pretty decent. For her being an exclusive figure to this set, I can't really complain, because I'm not about to pay the prices that you have to pay to get her. I do believe the makeup on the cheeks is a little too pink for her and the official version, but everything else looks totally fine, and I'm glad that I have Professor Umbridge in my collection now. Hagrid. Let's talk about this guy. If you haven't noticed by now, something's a little off here. And that is that they threw regular minifigure arms on the big Hagrid torso, and that's just not the way it is. Hagrid usually comes with long specialty arms for this torso. Why they have the official torso but they don't have the arms to go with it is beyond me, but it makes it look really, really dumb and almost T-Rexy. The beard's a little more glossy than I would want it to be, And I don't know if the face print's off or the beard mold is off, but it doesn't quite line up on Hagrid the way that it would in the official thing. It comes with a crossbow as well that I just dropped. But this is, I don't even put this up on my shelf just because I couldn't look at this every day, guys. Dumbledore, on the other hand, looks pretty good. Same issue as before in the previous Dumbledore, how the hair and the beard does not quite line up. So I have his head sitting a little higher up than normal. Other than that, the figure, the prints and everything are great. It's just the mold on the beard and the hair is not perfect. Now, this might be my favorite rendition of Snape, just because the really nice purple torso, and like he looks mean in this, and I really like that. Each Snape has been totally different. We talked about the other Snape in the previous video from the most recent Hogwarts Castle, and then this Snape is definitely, it's completely unique. He's got the bangs hanging down in his face, and that's something that you don't typically see a lot with minifigures. So this is a really cool minifigure, and I'm glad that I have it in my collection. As I've mentioned previously, the capes in these bootleg sets don't quite feel the same as an official Lego cape, but you can't really complain for the price you're paying. So here we've got the kind of like bad guys. The only bad guy with this set that I guess you could say is the Death Eater, but I went ahead and threw the Thestrals in here just because that is a cool thing to look at. There's really no noticeable differences between these guys. The molds on the horses look great. And the wings, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 pieces total for these guys, but they look good. They look just like they would in the movie. I'm glad that these are sitting up on my shelf with Hogwarts now. The Death Eater actually looks really good. I have no complaints about the Death Eater. There's not a lot to mess up on him other than the face print, though. And the face print is just phenomenal on this guy. Just like it would look like in the set. And you get that black hood and a cape that's not the same material. But, you know, that can be replaced. You can get other capes. Really, really solid figure. Overall, the minifigures in this set are subpar. Just because the Lego renditions are not great. And the bootleg renditions don't exactly nail the not great Lego renditions. Taking a quick little look at, I guess you could say, the little extras that came with this set that aren't exactly Hogwarts Castle. You've got this really cool kind of play feature here, and I'll show you how that works. We'll grab Professor Umbridge here, and there you go. The idea is that they cast a spell, and you turn them, and they hit it, and I guess this is supposed to be like Dumbledore's army training from the movie. Kind of a cool feature there, kind of useless. I don't put it up on my shelf, but you guys get the point. The greenhouse, on the other hand, looks good, and if I had space to put this up on my shelf, I would. Because it's an essential part of Hogwarts that, there's some nasty dust stuff up in there. But it's a really cool kind of build that you don't get with Hogwarts Castle a lot. And I think this is what really seals the deal here. Let's get this out. And you get a mandrake. You get 2 mandrakes, actually. Another one's over here. And the face print on these guys looks exactly like it does. Let's try to get that focused up. There we go. Looks like it just like it does in the official set. And then you get this cool little chalkboard sticker over here as well. So that's cool. Real nice, fun little greenhouse to go with the Hogwarts Castle. So here's the full set. I can't quite get it all in frame since my camera can only get so much and my box is only so big here. So we'll take it piece by piece here. Starting off, we'll get this little side building. And for the entire time that I've kind of been keeping my eye on this set when it came out and everything, I could never figure out why they had this disgusting overhang right here. And that's simply just because it can close up and looks really nice, and that's in fact how I keep it displayed on my shelf. But overall, oh, I broke it. Fix that up over there. But yeah, you get not much in here. You get the old owls right up there. And then I believe this is supposed to represent the Bogart cabinet. I don't know. Or is it supposed to represent the Gryffindor common room? I don't really know what this is supposed to go for, but it spins. And then you get these Hogwarts banners here that were applied to stickers, and you can see my excellent sticker placement there on the left. Not a lot going on with this. There's not a lot of pieces in this particular build right here because they're so large. But this set's very play based compared to a lot of the other Hogwarts castles. Not as many details as you would expect, but regardless, a nice kind of beefer upper of your Hogwarts display. And like that's one big brick right there, and then these are all one piece. You guys get the point. So let's take a look at the main build. And this Hogwarts castle kind of really uses a lot of large pieces to really give it its kind of imposing stance that it has. You get this Hogwarts Crest right here, and I believe that's a sticker? No, I believe that's a print. It just got a little bit of few little blemishes on it, and you got this real nice stained glass up here. These lion, I'm not sure what those would be called, just kind of gargoyles. You don't get those in a lot of sets, and you can get them in here. Real nice sand green cones all around. Let's take a look at the back. You can kind of see, if you're not familiar with this set, you can just see that it's a lot of large pieces. Oh, this is sitting up here. That should go back there. There's a lot of little things in this set. This is supposed to be just a common room fireplace, and nothing too special about it. And I believe that it's got a print for Sirius Black's face down there in the fireplace as well. So I don't know if this is supposed to, I guess it's supposed to represent the Gryffindor common room down there. Details are pretty sparse in this set. There's also a knight that goes right here. Whoops. And I don't really know what the deal is with this, but he's got this these like symbols on the bottom. I can't particularly remember anything from the movie that is anything like this, but let me know if you guys do down in the comments, because I am curious. You get some axes up here, and the paint on these guys are awful. They're black, like splattered with silver paint, and it doesn't look great. But that's really never on display over there. You get I believe this is supposed to be like a professor's office or potions class or Snape's office. It's not real clear. You get this nice little electric piece though, and a skull right in there. Coming up, I'm gonna bring the camera off, and this is the Slytherin common room. Not a lot going on here. Here, I believe, is kind of like one of the better parts of the set. This is Professor Umbridge's office. You get these really nice kitty stickers, because she had a lot of cats on her wall. And you can fold this out, and then you keep Harry's broom in there, just like in the movie. Yeah, lots of little pink things in here, and that's something that you're only going to get in this Order of the Phoenix Hogwarts Castle because of Professor Umbridge. Here's like kind of the trophy room. I don't have that setting right, but it's whatever. And this is supposed to be able to fold down, and you can grab the stone. I don't really remember anything from the movie like that. Once again, just kind of like useless kind of play features. A lot of little things going on in there, and then a Astronomy Tower. Seems like every Hogwarts castle has an Astronomy Tower of some sort, or a telescope. But from the outside, you can't really tell that the inside is lacking any sort of detail or anything. I mainly bought this for the way it looks from the outside, just to kind of beef up my Hogwarts castle display. And the fact that this is a set I've kind of like wanted since it came out and never got my chance to get my hands on. Let's bring in the rest of the Hogwarts castle so we can just kind of show you everything that's kind of got going for it. For $50, and it's bootleg, and as I've mentioned before, there's no difference in the building experience of a bootleg set other than maybe a few missing pieces. But usually I haven't ran into anything major at all. Excellent experience for the $50 that I paid, and this set's going for like $400 or $500 or whatever now. I'm not willing to pay that, and I'm glad that I've added this to my collection for the price that I did. If you guys have any questions about this bootleg stuff, send me a message over on Twitter, send me a message down in the comments. I'll be sure to respond. But there's all sorts of kind of caveats with buying these bootleg things, so I'm more than happy to help you guys out. But other than that, like I said, minifigures are shoddy, set's great. The bootleg aspect of it has no effect on the actual set, in my opinion. If anything, it's the quality of the actual Lego set that came out that I have more of an issue with. Regardless, it's a nice set, and I recommend picking it up if you're a Harry Potter fan and you missed out on a Hogwarts castle. But other than that, guys, if you haven't seen any of my other bootleg reviews, check out my other Hogwarts Castle review from 2010 reboot of Harry Potter. I'll throw the annotation to that at the end of the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it'd mean a lot if you subscribed. I've got tons of bootleg content like this coming down the pipeline, lots of LEGO news, lots of reviews and leaks. I'll make sure to keep you guys as informed as possible here on this channel, and we kind of like cut the BS here on this channel and straight to the point. So if that's something you're interested in, drop us a like down below and hit the subscribe button. We're real close to 5,000 subscribers, and it would mean a lot if I got there. So appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.